Welcome to another homework help video session here at Education Equals. Last week, Charlene showed you how to multiply fractions, and she showed you how you can think of it using your arms so you know how to simplify the fractions. Today we're going to move on with dividing fractions, and we have here a little poem that we like to use in the classroom to remind students of how it is you divide fractions. And it goes like this. Dividing fractions is as easy as pi. Flip the second and multiply. So really all we'll be doing today is building on the skills from last week to show you how to divide fractions. So let's have a look at the first one. We have 4/5 divided by 12 over 20. So what we need to do is keep the first one as it is, change the divide into a times, and flip the second. So we flip and it becomes 20 over 12 instead of 12 over 20. If you remember from last week, we then want to check the diagonals to see if we can simplify. So let's have a look at the diagonal here with the 5 and the 20. What goes into 5 and 20? 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 20 divided by 5 is 4. Let's take a look now at the other diagonal. What goes into 4 and 12? Well, 4 goes into both, 4 into 4 once, and 4 into 12 3 times. Now, we look up and down. We can't simplify the 1s, we can't simplify the 4 and the 3, so now we multiply across. 1 times 4 is 4, and 1 times 3 is 3. And if we want to write that as a mixed number, 3 goes into 4 once, remainder 1 over 3. And that's our answer. So let's have a look at the next one. We keep the 12 over 32. We change the divide into a times. And we flip the second. So 48 over 28. Now let's take a look at simplifying the diagonal. So if we take a look at the 32 and the 48, what goes into both of those? There's quite a few numbers, but the biggest is 16. So 32 divided by 16 is 2. 48 divided by 16 is 3. If we look at the next diagonal, what goes into 12 and 28? 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 28 divided by 4 is 7. If we look at the 3 and the 2 and the 3 and the 7, we can't simplify any further, so we're ready to multiply. 3 times 3 is 9, and 2 times 7 is 14. And if we look at the 9 and the 14, we can't simplify any further. And let's look at one more now. And this one, we will have a look at those with mixed numbers. So if you remember from last week, when dealing with mixed numbers, you first of all want to change these into improper fractions. So 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13 over 4, divided by 12 times 2 is 24, plus 5 is 29. Now, we need to create it into a multiply by flipping the second. So we have 13 divided by 4 multiplied by flipping, we get 12 over 29. Looking at the diagonals, if we look at the 4 and the 12, 4 goes into both of those, 4 into 4 once, 12 divided by 4 is 3. And if we look at the 13 and the 29, there's nothing that we can do to simplify that one there. So we have 13 times 3 is 39, and 1 times 29 is 29. And writing that as a mixed number, 29 goes into 39 once, remainder 10 over 29, and we can't simplify that any further.